Students, in continuation to the last video, I was talking about syntactic roles, and I said that syntactic roles are related to the surface structure of the sentence, not to the deep structure of the sentence. A way, a way to show, a way to show that uh, syntactic roles are related to the surface structure of the sentence is shown through this. Take for example now this sentence, I gave him the book. This is this is an affirmative sentence. Now when I change it into an active sentence, or when I change it into passive, look what is going to happen. Now look at this sentence. I gave him the book, because this sentence has two objects. Now definitely we are going to have two passive sentences. The first one is that I use this, the object, I put it at the beginning. So what does it become? It becomes the book. So I move the book from here, from the object position to the subject position. Okay? Then I'm not after the changes in the verb, etc., etc. But I'm after this point. What is the point? The point is that syntactic roles, a way to show as a piece of evidence or as a proof that they are related to the surface structure. Now, when we move them from one position, from one place to another, they are going to change their syntactic role, and besides the case. So what does this mean? Now here, the book is the object of the verb what? Gave. Here, the book has become what? The subject. Okay? Become what? The subject. So here it was an object, here it becomes subject. This is one thing. The other thing is that now the book here is in the accusative case, nasl. Here it becomes nominative. What is nominative? Rafa. This is more clear in the second sentence when we take him. Him here, him as an object, it is him. When I move it to the beginning of the sentence, becomes the subject. See, it becomes he. Here it is object. Here it is subject. Here it is accusative. Here it is nominative. See. So the point that I want to emphasize is that syntactic functions or syntactic roles, when they change their positions, when they change their place, they are going to change their case, their role is changed automatically. Okay, but does this happen? Does this also happen to semantic roles? I mean, when I look at an MP from the point of view of semantic role, does this happen? Does the same happen? This is what we are going to discuss later on. So with this, I finish the syntactic roles. Now I think you are prepared to talk about semantic roles. Now, what do we mean by semantic roles? Fine. Remember, see here, semantic roles, you find it on page 112 in your book. 112 in your book. Now, see here, I have written this point. I say that it refers to the semantic roles. The semantic roles reside on, built on a deeper semantic level, not a surface level, a deeper semantic level. So when we talk about semantic roles, we are dealing with semantic level, deeper, let me say, or the deep structure, not the surface structure. Semantic roles are also called thematic roles. They are so called thematic roles. Now, here I have a definition of semantic roles. Now, what do we mean by semantic roles? Actually, this is one, and here there is another definition. I'm going to write it in addition to this one. What does this say? It says that semantic role is the actual what? Actual role, actual حقيقي, actual role, a participant. See, a participant, participant what? Plays in what? In an imagined or real situation. So look here, semantic role is their actual role, حقيقي. A participant here, by the participant we mean the MP, as I'll show you. The participant plays in an imagined, not a real, but something we imagine, or real situation. This is one definition. The definition given by the book, this is of course from the internet, which is, I think it's very clear. This definition, which is from the book, you find it in the glossary. The part to play, part means role, played by a noun phrase. Here he is using noun phrase, but here he is using what? Participant. So what do we mean by participant? We mean the noun phrase. The part played by a noun phrase such as agent, in the event, agent in the event, حدث, incident, what? In the event described by the sentence. So this is what we mean by what? By semantic role. Semantic role, according to Yule, he says that it is the part played by a noun phrase, such as agent in the event described by the sentence. Okay, now let us see what are these semantic roles. First of all, let me start with this one, agent. What does it mean, agent? Agent is the one who performs the action of the verb in an event. See the word event here. We have an event. Now, who does this event? Who performs this event? The event. The one who performs the action. Performs the action. The action of the verb in an event. What is? I'll explain it to you. Now let us look at the word the boy in this sense. The boy kicked the ball. The boy kicked the ball. Here we have MP, or here we have another MP. Now the boy here, he is the participant here, or noun phrase. This is noun phrase. What does he do? The boy, what did he do? Performs the action. What is the action of the verb? The action in the verb of the verb is what? Is kicking. Okay? Okay. We have an event now. We have an event. And we have the boy kick the ball. Event. Hadith. What is this event? And this event is that the boy, of course, when we say event, this means that there is an action. The action is in the verb. Now, who performs this action? Who performs it? Who does it? Who does it? Who makes it? What we call the agent. Okay, the agent. The boy kicked the ball. Okay, the boy kicked. So who did the kicking? Who did the kicking? The action of kicking who is done by the boy. Okay, right. So what do we call this? The one who does the action, the one, the doer of the action, we call it what? Agent. Okay, here there is a very interesting point. Now suppose, for example, we change what? We change the sentence into passive. The sentence becomes the ball I change it into passive. I say the ball was kicked by the boy. The ball was kicked by the boy. Now in this sentence, although the word ball has become in this position, which is the subject position, okay, but it is not the doer of the action. Who is the doer of the action? The boy is the doer of the action. Although the boy is not in the subject position, it is at the end of the sentence. We call it by phrase, but it is still the doer of the action. So the semantic role of the MP or the participant does not change when we move that participant, that agent to another place. We do not, yes, it does, it changes its syntactic position, its syntactic role, but it does not change what its semantic role. The boy here in this sentence, the MP, the boy, is the subject of the sentence, the subject. The grammatical function of the MP, the boy, the grammatical function is the subject. Now, what about the semantic or the syntactic role of the word of the MP, the boy, is the what is subject. And at the same time, what about its syntactic role? The syntactic role is what is the agent. So it is subject and it is what? Agent. Right. Now when we change it into passive, it becomes the ball was kicked by the boy. Now the boy here, as a syntactic role, it is no longer the subject. But semantically, no, it is the agent, although it is not in the subject position. So what do we conclude from this? What we conclude from this is that now semantic roles are not changed when the MP doing that action or the MP receiving that action is changes or moves from one position to another position in the sentence. Okay, right. So this is the first semantic role. Now what about the second semantic role? The second semantic role is called theme. It's called theme. 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 Now, what does it mean, theme? He says theme, and of course, all this is also, you find it in the information, you find it as a definition, I mean, of the word theme. You find it in the glossary. Besides as I told you previously, that it is also found, the semantic roles are found on page 112. Now look, what does the semantic role called theme means? What does it mean? Sorry, it means the entity involved in or affected by, involved in or affected by what? By the action of the verb in an event. Okay, in an event. Okay. Now what does this mean? Now look at the sentence. The boy kicked the ball. The entity involved affected. Now, last time we said that the boy is the agent. The boy is the doer of the action. Now, what did the boy do? Here we have an action. What is the action? The action is, on all this sentence, this is an event. All this sentence, this is an event. حدث هذا. What is in this event? There is a kicking of the ball. Who did the kicking? Or who does the kicking? The agent, the boy, does the kicking. Whom did he do the what? Whom did he do what? The kicking. he did the kicking, or who, what is affected by the kicking? What is that thing affected by the kicking? It is the ball. The ball is affected. So because the ball is affected by the verb, by the action in the verb kicked, which is did, and who is after this? The boy. So we call this what? We call it what? Theme. So theme is the entity وجود هذا involved in مشترك فيه مشترك بالحدث, but how? Affected by the action. It does not affect. So here there's a very interesting point. The agent affects. The agent affects. The theme is affected. Okay? So this is a very interesting point. What is the point? The point is that the agent always affects, whereas the theme is affected by the action did, the action in the verb did by whom? By the agent. Now, I hope this is clear, but let me now tell you something. Suppose, for example, or repeating myself, that I change this sentence. This is active, of course. Now, I suppose I want to change this sentence into active. I say this is active sentence. Now, I want to change it into passive. It becomes like this: the ball was kicked by the what? By the boy. Now, when we talk about here, put in your mind that here we are talking about MPs, the roles of MPs, not from the point of syntax, from the point of surface structure. No, we are talking about the roles of MPs from a semantic point of view, from a deep structure point of view. Now, look here, the ball. As a syntactic role, it is what? It is subject. But a semantic role, it is what? It is theme. So although it changes, here it is a theme, and here also it is what? A theme. I'm talking semantically speaking. Similarly, the boy, also the boy here, it is subject, syntactically speaking, and it is what? Agent, semantically speaking. When I move the boy to the end of the sentence because of the being changed to sentence being changed to the passive, now the boy, semantically speaking, it is still what? The doer of the action. Why? Because he is the actual doer. Okay, the actual doer. Although I change it from this position to this position, that does not change its what? Semantic role. The semantic role, I would say, it is not affected by movement. The ball, it is a theme here, and it is a theme here. Semantically speaking, the boy is an agent here, and it is what? An agent what? Here. But in syntactically speaking, no. The ball here is an object. The ball here is a subject. The boy here is a subject, but here it is what? It is object of the preposition. Okay, so I hope now I stop here. I don't want to confuse you, but I just want step by step. Now, so far we have taken two semantic roles. First one is the agent, second one is the theme. In the next video, God willing, we are going to talk about the remaining thematic roles, and later on, after that, we will see in Arabic. I mean, when this is, of course, is going to be, I want you to write a report on this. Now, you show me what, in terms of this information that we have it in about semantic roles in English, I want you now to talk about, as I raise it as a topic to write on. Now, in which you compare between what? sentence in Arabic and the sentence in English in terms of what the semantic rules. Okay, I stop. Thank you very much. I stop here.